I'll never forget the sound of her laugh that night. It wasn't warm or familiar. It was sharp, mocking, cruel. We were sitting on opposite sides of the bed in our home in Boise, Idaho. I was scrolling through work emails, trying to shake off another long day, while she was lost in TikToks, her laughter echoing through the room like I wasn't even there. When I finally broke the silence, my voice came out quieter than I meant it to. It's been a month, Lauren. We're married. We should at least be trying to reconnect. She looked up at me, eyes flat, and smirked before letting out that laugh. You're not sleeping with me, she said mockingly. Not until I feel like it. Deal with it. The words hit harder than a slap. I didn't argue. I just lay back, staring at the ceiling while she rolled over and fell asleep beside me, leaving me in the kind of silence that feels like suffocating. The next morning, I tried again. I told her this wasn't about sex. It was about us, about closeness, about feeling like partners again. She rolled her eyes. You're so dramatic. Not everything is about you. Something in me cracked then. I'd been blaming myself for weeks, wondering what I was doing wrong. If I wasn't patient enough, attractive enough, good enough. But that moment made me realize it wasn't me. It was respect, or the lack of it. Over the next few days, I started seeing things I'd ignored. The way she spent hours texting and giggling at her phone, barely acknowledging me. The sudden late nights at work. The faint scent of a perfume I didn't recognize clinging to her clothes. I tried to tell myself I was imagining it, but deep down I knew. The final blow came one Friday night. I was walking down the hallway when I heard her voice from the kitchen. He's so needy, she laughed into the phone. It's like living with a teenager. No, don't worry. He won't do anything about it. He never does. I froze. The words sliced through me. It wasn't just disrespect. It was humiliation. She wasn't just mocking me to my face anymore. She was mocking me to someone else. That night, while she was still laughing on the phone, I opened my laptop and started searching for divorce attorneys. I didn't say a word. I just decided that when the time came, I'd be ready. Over the weekend, I acted normal, made coffee, smiled, pretended nothing was wrong. But inside, I was done. I was watching her closely, waiting for the truth to show itself. On Sunday, she said she was meeting a friend for brunch. She dressed up like she was going to a wedding. Makeup perfect, new dress, heels she hadn't worn since ours. I said nothing, just nodded and told her to have fun. As soon as she left, I followed. I stayed a few cars behind, watching her drive out to Meridian. She parked outside a quiet little cafe and walked straight into the arms of a man I'd never seen before. He hugged her like someone who wasn't supposed to. They sat close, leaning in, touching hands, sharing smiles meant for lovers, not friends. I didn't storm in. I didn't shout. I pulled out my phone and started recording. 10 minutes of proof. Her laugh, her smile, her betrayal. When she came home that evening, I was waiting in the kitchen. She smiled, kissed my cheek, pretending like everything was fine. How was brunch? I asked, my voice calm. Fine, she said easily, kicking off her shoes. Good. I replied, pulling out my phone. Because I'd hate to think you were lying to me. Her smile vanished. I pressed play. The video filled the room. Her laughter, the way she touched his face, the kiss in the parking lot. She went pale. Lauren, I said, my voice low but steady, do you know how humiliating it is to be laughed at in my own house, in my own marriage, and then find out this is what you've been doing behind my back? She tried to speak, her voice trembling. It's not what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like. I snapped, and I'm done pretending this is a marriage. For the first time, she looked afraid. She reached for me, but I stepped back. You think this is funny? I said quietly. You won't be laughing tomorrow. That night, I packed a suitcase. I sent the video to my lawyer and slept on the couch, as far from her as possible. In the morning, she came into the kitchen, eyes red, voice soft. Can we talk? We talked last night. I said flatly, now it's time to act. She sat down, twisting her hands. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. I finally looked at her. You laughed at me. You mocked me. and then you cheated on me. It meant enough for you to destroy what we had." She started crying, begging, promising she could change. "Please don't leave me," she whispered. I shook my head. "You made this decision the moment you chose him over us. I'm not going to be the man who begs to be loved." Her tears came harder. "You can't just throw away everything we built." "You already did," I said quietly. "The first time you decided to cheat, and every time you laughed at me for caring." I stood, picked up the papers I printed that morning, and placed them on the table. "I want a divorce." She broke completely then, sobbing, but I didn't move. "I deserve a wife who respects me," I said. "You deserve the man you've been sneaking around with. Go be with him." I walked out that afternoon, suitcase in hand, the house fading in the rearview mirror. For the first time in months, I felt something close to peace. A week later, she texted me, "I made a mistake. Please come home." I didn't reply. The papers were already signed. The court date set. When we stood before the judge, she wept silently, but I didn't shed a tear. I had already mourned the marriage long before that day. As I walked out of the courthouse, the sun hit my face, and I realized something simple but powerful. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do isn't to scream or fight or beg. It's to walk away quietly with your dignity intact.